guys, this is Ethan. This is my passion project. I like fixing cars and working at a shop, and this is my mom's shop. So I'm gonna jack up this car and take the tire off, and then check all the fluids and make sure everything's good so the motor doesn't blow up or seize up or anything like that. So first, you gotta put these under the back tires. I already have one in. I just put that one on here. So you gotta come over here. Gotta make sure your car is always in park. Gotta put this under the tire. Make sure it's under there. Pretty good. So then you come back over here. You come back. So step one, you wanna jack up your car. Gotta make sure it is under. So if you come under here, you gotta make sure this lines up with this, so it doesn't fall the car when you have it in the air. So we're gonna jack this up. I'm using a 1-turn jack, and I think so you'll know when it starts to get heavier, and you'll look at the car. So we're jacking up the car right now. You'll see the suspension, and you'll make sure that you're doing this in a safe location. And if your car breaks down and you have a flat tire, make sure you go on the side of the road and you have hazards on. And yeah, so right now, if you're on the side of the road, you'd be using something else. Now you wanna take whatever tool you're using to take off your tire, and so you don't wanna I'm using a snap-on gun that you can use at a shop. So you take your lug nuts off. Make sure your gun or whatever device you're using is straight so you don't hurt your tool. So you gotta take them all off. Sometimes you just gotta twist them off a little bit, but sometimes it's kind of hard because it's on there for a while. And so you take them all off. You gotta make sure you have them in the right spot to where nothing's in the way. So here's the lug nuts. Pretty simple. So then you want to make sure you don't hurt anything. Sometimes tires are a little heavy. And there you go. Tires off. So there's these little symbols on the gun, and it shows if you want to go on, to put the lug nuts on and off. So there's this little button that...
There's also a quick release on the air.
Yep, there's a quick release that I pressed on accident. So there's this little button right back here, and you push it forward. And then that's how you take your, that's how you put your lug nuts back on. So yeah, we gotta put this back on. So what you guys wanna do, once you've taken off your tire and you're putting it back on, you're gonna take your lug nut. Gotta make sure the circle end goes towards in. So at first, you just wanna twist it on with your hand to put them on with the gun, because you want them tightened so your tire doesn't shake like this if it's not on. And then your tire will roll away if they get loose again. So you gotta just put them on. The gun's a little loud, but you'll get used to it once you start being a mechanic like me. Sometimes it's a little hard to put them on, but I mean, I like doing this. So all the lug nuts are on. I put them on, and now we set the gun down, and we're gonna lower the truck. So if you've never used the jack before, so you twist it to lower it like this, and it lowers. And then if you want to jack something up again, you twist the other way, and then you can start raising it again. So we're gonna pull the jack out from underneath the truck. So also now we're gonna take out our I don't know what they're called, but like stop. So where the truck doesn't move. And I'm gonna come over here and go grab the other one. So now we have these out. So now we're gonna check the fluids. So to check the fluids, to open the engine, so there's a little lever here, and we'll get to that in a second. So you open your truck or a car, you open it, and there is a little thing right there. And you pull this out, and did you hear that? And that's the truck opening. And then you shut your, so then you have this little lever right here. You push it over, and then you hear the click. And then usually you'll have this little thing that holds this up, but this truck does not have that. So here's your engine. So you got your windshield wiper fluid, you got that. You got your coolant or oil, which is most important, and then you got your coolant. This is coolant. That was brake fluid, sorry. And then you got your transmission fluid, and then you got your oil. So what I'm gonna check first, I'm gonna check the oil. So you're gonna pull this yellow thing out. You're gonna pull this out, it's gonna be a giant stick. So then you're gonna wanna grab a paper towel. I don't have one right now. I'm gonna go grab one.
No, this one right here. Right here.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a paper towel, and then I'm gonna wipe this off. So you just wanna go around it like this. And that wasn't checking, that's just cleaning the stick. So then you put it back in. It's kinda hard to put it back in, but you grab it by the end and just put it in. But make sure you don't wanna break your stick, so let it go in kinda easy. But if it doesn't go in, just feed it in a little. So then you close that, you give it a sec, and then you pull it out again. And this is the actual final test. So if you look at it, you kind of need some oil. So there's those little dots, and if it's all the way up.
Needing oil.
Yes. So if you look at that dot right there, if it's down there, then you really need an oil and your motor might seize up. But if it's like up here in these range, you're pretty good on oil. So my mom needs oil. So we might put oil.
We are due for an oil change, which is happening anytime.
An oil change every 20,000 miles is about an oil change.
Every 3,000.
3,000. You want to check your oil is when you're getting gas, just to make sure if you have like an oil leak or anything like that. So you want to get an oil change every 3,000 miles, but for regular oil, but for synthetic oil, you want to get an oil change every 5,000 miles. So now we're going to check the transmission fluid. So you pull this thing. This is different on all trucks. So you want to pull this up, and it's going to do that. And then you're going to pull it out, just like you do the oil. And this is your transmission. This is how you have gears and what makes you go. So now you're going to clean it off, just like you did the oil. And then you're going to put it back in. You want to put it in kind of easy, but like I said earlier. So now, give it a sec. Let it go in. 1, 2, 3 maybe. Pull it out again. And this is your check. So, this is your transmission fluid. and looks pretty good for now. But if you see, so if I wipe this off right now, and you look, it's kind of pinkish right there. It means you're good. But if it's getting lighter, if it's getting black, sorry, if it's getting black, that means it's going bad. So now we're gonna just look. This is your coolant. You don't ever want to open this if your truck's hot. So this is kind of hot. So do not open this because it will explode and it'll blow up everywhere. Most cars commonly need windshield wiper fluid. You can get literally any kind, but it doesn't matter. And so this is where your windshield washer fluid is. You want to open this. You want to make sure there's none in here. So this cap, it's just like a bottle you twist down and then pull up. And then you'll hear a snap. So then you take off the lid. These are always a pain in the butt. Okay, so then you're gonna set your cap there. And this is the hardest part because I can never get this. I found a funnel, thankfully. And you just pour it in like this. And it goes in. It doesn't take as long, but you want to make sure you let it go down. How much should we put? All? It's getting close.
Oh.
So then you take your funnel out. Check. So it's not all the way full, but it's pretty close. This is a torque stick. This is making sure that your lug nuts are on, right? So if you look over here, you have this little thing. It's called foot-pounds of torque, right there. So you twist it. We did 125 was about the average, so we're gonna do about 120 right there. So then you flip this up, and you're ready. So then you put it on.
You might have to change that socket.
So now we're gonna torque these on. Just gotta line it up, and then you twist.
See?
All you gotta do is all you gotta hear is that one click, and then you're good. Kind of hurts your back, but you'll get used to it. The truck will rock, but if you have the, I call them tire stoppers. If you have your tire stopper, it won't be such a pain in the butt with rolling back and forth. Thanks for watching. That was my passion project.